Speaker recognizes Representative B. Carter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand before you today in support of this resolution. I have felt and still feel a mixture of emotions over the shootings that took the lives of 3 young people and injured 5. I feel horror, disgust, anger, and deep, deep sadness. I heard about this shooting, the shooting of these young people while I was at work. I immediately thought of a young person that I helped mentor, Levanis Bowl, and I found out he was okay. And then, like my colleague, I prayed, because too often when we have mass shootings like there are victims. Unfortunately, for 3 young people, Ariel, Alexandria, and Brian, and 5 that still struggling for their lives, the outcome is really bad. I remember my first day on the campus at MSU. MSU was a safe place for a kid from Detroit. This was a place that I could go and I could learn. I remember walking from Holmes Hall on the East Complex and then walking all the way to Holden Hall in the South Complex. And too often than not, I ended up at the MSU's Student Union. And I will say that again. Too often I ended up at the Student Union. I remember how safe I felt on the campus of Michigan State. A lot of times I would walk at night when I didn't have my bike. But even when I had my bike, I didn't have to put a chain on it because there just was no crime. I could just park it at the Union and go across the street and have a good time in downtown East Lansing. Today, I felt the deep urge to revisit my past. I wanted to go back out to Michigan State, where I went to school. And I went to Holden Hall, and I stood in front of the building. And I went to Holmes Hall, and I stood in front of the building. And then I went to MSU Union, and the police were still out there, and there were flowers. And I grieved deeply for the parents and the victims and the children. I grieved for the whole community of Michigan State. Why? As my colleague said a minute ago, I'm a survivor. This is not a game. This is not posturing. My sister got a call. Her son was just walking across the street, and he was gunned down. And I could hear her screaming on the phone that her son was dead, screaming to the top of her lungs. And it traumatized our whole family because this young man was an aspiring artist. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And we survived his death to come and get another shooting. This one hit home because while I was busy doing my work, I got a call. I only had one child. And he happens to be a veteran. Now, he was shot right here in Lansing. He survived that shooting. But like a lot of these young people up there, he did not survive the PTSD, the trauma behind getting shot. And 1 year later, I got a call. My only child was dead. So as I left Michigan State today, I want y'all to hear me. When I left Michigan State today, after going to Holmes and Holden and the Union Building and watching the young people terrified, something told me, go to the corner of Michigan Avenue and Martin Luther King and stand where you see your son took his last breath. This is serious, everybody. What the parents are going to feel. My son died in 2019, but the tears are falling today. What the parents are going to feel, what the families are going to feel, what the students are going to feel, what we are going to feel, we could do something about. So I want students at MSU to know that we are here for you. I am here for you. I will come out there on campus. I will walk with you, stand with you, do whatever you need to get it done, because it shouldn't happen again. And I ask everyone in this chamber who can feel what I feel. I come in here every single day with this, to join in on this resolution. Not only to sign this resolution, but to take action so it won't happen again. We can and we will end gun violence in Michigan. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.